Hello dear student, how are you? I hope you all are well at home. This is your Shakir sir. Today I am gonna conducting a class on English second paper. Transformation of sentences from complex to simple. Today I am going to take a class transformation of sentences from complex to simple. This class is on English second paper, very much important for class 9 and 10, especially for the SSC examination. Today, my segment which I am going to discuss is the use of adverbial clause and its use in a complex sentence and its process of transformation into simple. In previous classes, I talked to you about clauses and phrases, and I hope you are all in deep attention in that very classes. Today, let me talk to you about the adverbial clause. Let me define you first the adverbial clause. What is adverbial clause? Adverbial clause is a sentence that talks about the adjective, adverb and verb. So let me repeat it again. Adverbial clause qualifies the word adjective, adverb and verb. So let us see how does it qualifies or modifies. So the term qualifies or modify, they indicate how does or when does an action happens, or how or what types of an adjective is, or how the adverbial of sentence is. Let us discuss in details, then it will become clear to you. Let us see the student. Adverbial clause expresses 8 sorts of segments. For example, it talks about time, it talks about reason, concession, condition, comparison, degree, result and purpose. These 8 segments are expressed through the adverbial clause. So adverbial clause is used at the subordinate clause with the principal clause. So principal clause and subordinate adverbial clause together makes the sentence complex. So after seeing the complex sentence, we will transfer them into simple one, and I will discuss the technique in details. Let's see first. Adverbial clause of time. The time clause begins with the conjunction when, while, before, after, till, until, as soon as. These are the conjunction used in expressing adverbial time clause. Example, when I was 5, I went to primary school. I went to primary school, the action expressed through the verb went. When does this action happen? When I was 5. So when I was 5, the very sentence qualifies the action of the verb went. So when I was 5, this is the adverbial time clause. I went to primary school, this is the principal clause. So adverbial time clause and principal clause makes the sentence complex. Let us change it into simple sentence. In previous classes I talked to you that subordinate clause is to be transferred into phrases or phrase. So when I was 5, this is subordinate time clause. If we change the subordinate time clause into a time phrase, the sentence will turn into simple. At the age of 5, I went to primary school. So at the age of 5, this is the time phrase. This very time clause when I was 5 has been transferred into time phrase at the age of 5. So at the age of 5, I went to primary school, the sentence becomes simple. Because here simple sentence expresses a single idea, only a subject, I, and a finite verb went. So the sentence becomes simple. Let us see the second example. Tamim fell asleep while he was reading newspaper. Tamim fell asleep, this is the principal clause. While he was reading newspaper, this is the subordinate adverbial time clause. This time clause qualifies the action of the verb fell asleep. When Tamim fell asleep? While he was reading newspaper. So, if we change it into simple sentence, then what we should do? While reading newspaper, Tamim fell asleep. While reading newspaper, this is the time phrase. The time clause, while he was reading newspaper, has been changed into a time phrase while reading a newspaper. So this is very much interesting technique. You have to get inculcated into your memory. Note it. So, now let us see second technique, adverbial clause of reason. Reason, it indicates why something happens, why the action happens. Whenever we talk what is the cause of some actions by and lies, is indicates or is expressed through the adverbial clause of reason. The adverbial clause of reason begins with the conjunction because, since and as. Let us see the example. He could not attend the meeting because he was ill. He could not attend the meeting, this is the principal clause. Because he was ill, this is the subordinate clause of reason. This because he was ill, it expresses the reason why he was absent or why he could not attend the meeting. Could not attend the meeting, this very could not attend, this very verb is qualified because he was ill. So this is subordinate adverbial clause of reason. If we turn the adverbial reason clause into reason phrase, the sentence automatically will change into a simple one. Let us see how does it become simple. Because of his illness, he could not attend the meeting. Because of his illness, he could not attend the meeting. Because he was ill, this very adverbial clause of reason is changed into a phrase, because of his illness. You can use another technique also here. Because of being ill, he could not attend the meeting. This technique also can be put to transfer the subordinate clause into subordinate phrase. Since the summer is very hot, we use electric fan. Use electric fan. Why do you use electric fan? Since the summer is very hot. So since the summer is very hot qualifies the action use. Why do you use electric fan? Because the summer is very hot. So since the summer is very hot, this is the adverbial reason clause. Reason clause expresses the cause of the action of the principal clause. So let us change it into simple. Summer being very hot, we use electric fan. So whenever the subordinate adverbial clause we put before the principal clause, we have to use the comma. And if we use the subordinate adverbial time clause or reason clause after the principal clause, we need not use comma. So in the very first slide, we could see the adverbial time clause and the reason clause. Let us see next segment. Next segment, adverbial clause of concession. In concession, we justify something or we express that why something happened, or we discuss the cause of something. For example, though he is poor, he is honest. We justify or we confess that he is poor. Though he is poor, he is honest. We come to the decision that he is poor. So justification and decision. Whenever the justification and decision together comes, this is called the adverbial clause of concession. We justify here, though he is poor, we justify that he is poor, and we come to the decision that he is honest. So adverbial clause of concession, if we change this clause into phrase, suppose Being poor, he is honest. Being poor, present participle phrase. Being poor, he is honest. This sentence is simple. So complex sentence has been turned into a simple sentence. So my purpose is to make you understand how to change the complex sentence into a simple one. So I am using the adverbial clause and the adverbial phrase with the principal clause and its technique of changing. Number 4, adverbial clause of condition. Whenever we talk, we use some condition. Condition can be of 4 types. First condition, second condition, third condition, fourth condition or zero condition. This condition also can be termed as the probable condition or improbable condition, hypothetical condition. So it is better to define as the first condition. Let us see how does first condition consists a complex sentence. If it rains, it should be yes. If it rains, I will not come. If it rains, I will not come. In case of raining, I will not come. If it rains, this very conditional clause is changed into a condition phrase in case of raining. Second sentence, if you are hungry, have a banana. If you are hungry, have a banana. In case of being hungry, have a banana. So this very portion changed into a simple sentence. How the sentence becomes simple? The first condition can be expressed in 2 ways. If plus present plus future is the first technique. Second technique is if plus imperative mood. Let us see the sentence. If you are hungry, have a banana. If you are hungry, this is the present form of the sentence. Have a banana, this is the imperative mood. So, conditional clause has been transferred into conditional phrase. In case of being hungry, in case of raining, these are the conditional phrase. So, conditional clause, whenever changed into conditional phrase, the sentence becomes simple automatically. Second condition, now let me talk to you about the second condition. Second condition, in the conditional clause, the second condition takes the past form of the verb, and in principal clause, it takes would plus base form of verb. For example, if you spoke to your teacher that way, he would be angry. If you spoke, let's say, spoke, this is the simple past form of the verb. He would be angry. If you spoke to your teacher that way, he would be angry. The action could have been happened, but since it did not happen, so the action is not true. Such types of hypothesis is expressed through the second condition. Let us see another sentence. If I were you, I would not accept the job. If I were you, I would not accept the job. These sorts of sentences, whenever comes in the examination, usually these sorts of sentence is not. These sorts of sentences are not asked to transfer into simple sentence, so I did not mention the simple sentence. You can also change them into simple sentence using in case of phrase. By using in case of phrase, you can change them also simple, but that does not sound good. So question setter usually does not set them in the question paper in changing from complex to simple. But these sorts of sentence can be set by the question paper from complex to compound, that we will discuss in next classes. This sentence can be used to complete the idea. That is the question number 7 in the national examination comes. Third condition. If he had worked hard, he would have passed. If he had worked hard, he would have passed. In third condition, the subordinate adverbial clause takes the past perfect tense, and the principal clause take would plus base form of or verb, or would have plus V3. Fourth condition or zero condition. Fourth condition or zero condition usually expresses the scientific idea or natural truth. If you will with me, I will take you there. If temperature rises 100 degrees Celsius, water boils. If temperature rises 100 degrees Celsius, water boils. Both the sides, subordinate fourth condition, we can see the verb is in present form, and the principal clause the verb is also in present form. This is the scientific truth. So scientific truth or natural truth, or the condition both whenever takes the future tense. If you will with me, if you will be with me, I will take you there. If you will be with me, I will take you there. If temperature rises 100 degrees Celsius, water boils. This is the natural truth or scientific truth. So these types of condition is called the fourth condition or zero condition. Now let us say adverbial clause of degree. He is as intelligent as you are. He is as intelligent as you. This is the complex sentence. He is as intelligent as you. This is the simple sentence. I came as quickly as I could. This is the complex one, adverb clause of degree. I came very quickly. This is simple sentence. The portion where the degree is expressed is changed into a word or phrases. As intelligent as you is the phrase, very quickly is adverbial phrase. Adverbial clause of comparison. Adverbial clause of comparison talks about the comparison. Let us see. He is wiser than I thought. He is wiser than I thought. He is wiser than I thought. This is the adverbial clause of comparison. So, comparison clause if change into a comparational phrase, the sentence will change into simple. He is wiser than my thinking. He ran faster than I did. He ran faster than me or than I. This is simple. This is very beautiful technique. Adverbial clause of result. This talks about the result. Adverbial clause talks about the result. The tea was so hot that it burnt my tongue. So hot. The adjective so hot. Adverb and adjective so hot. What is the result of this hot? That it burns my tongue. This is the adverbial clause of result. Being very hot, tea burnt my tongue. Being very hot, tea burnt my tongue. Being very hot, this is the adverbial phrase, result phrase. Next sentence, let us see. He worked so hard that he fell ill. He worked so hard that he fell ill. That he fell ill is the result of working so hard. So, adverbial clause of result. Let us make it simple. Working hard, he fell ill. We have used here present participle technique to change the sentence simple. Working hard, he fell ill. Adverbial clause of purpose. Sometimes we express purpose. To use express purpose, we use the adverbial clause. You must work hard so that you may pass the examination. You must work hard. Why should you work hard? So that you may pass the examination. So let us make it simple. You must work hard in order to pass the examination. Second example. The speaker raised his voice so that everybody could hear him. The speaker raised his voice so that everybody could hear him. So that everybody could hear. Why he raised his voice? So that everybody could hear. To ensure everybody's hearing, the speaker raised his voice. Now let us make it simple. The speaker raised his voice to make everybody hear. Infinitive phrase, we have used infinitive technique to change the sentence simple. Now let's see another portion of the sentence. So, adverbial clause clause expresses time, reason, concession, condition, comparison, degree, result, and purpose. And all these segments take some conjunction. Time clause takes conjunction when, while, before, till, until, after, as soon as. uh, then the adverbial clause of reason starts with because, since, as. Adverbial clause of concession begins with though, although. Adverbial clause of condition, if plus present plus future, if plus past plus would plus be plus base form of verb, third condition, hypothetical, fourth condition or zero condition. These techniques also can be used to complete the sentences. So this, dear students, so you have to keep in mind that what is the adverbial clause and how to change the adverbial clause into adverbial phrase. If you change the adverbial clause into adverbial phrase, the sentence will change into a simple one. And every simple sentence expresses a single idea with a subject and a finite verb. You have already know it in previous classes. So I hope, dear student, you have heard the class very minutely. Now it is your duty to practice at home. I hope you have understood the class. Thank you very much. Stay safe at home, dear student. I wish you good health. Thank you very much.